Well, good morning, or good day, or maybe I should just say Merry Christmas. Hold on, just a sec. Let me close the door so that I don't wake the family up. This is a special live stream. Well, it's a Merry Christmas live stream, but I'm doing this for a particular reason. I thought I would. One of the things that I do when I sell copies of my book Going Alone via my website, I illustrate those copies. I started doing this about 3 months ago. I illustrate them on the inside covers and then send them out that way. And I thought it would be fun to share what that process is like. So I'm going to do that now. The family's still asleep. It's 7:02 a.m. I've been up since 4, done all my various and sundries. And now I'm going to illustrate a book that's going on its way to Germany. Let me bring up that. There we go. So I can do that. I have a second camera. Here we go. There we go. So I have this camera now set up here on the side where I can be doing the drawing. Now this copy is going to someone named Jan in Germany. And I've gone ahead and prepared a nice little note for Jan. I won't show you the note, but I'll show you what I usually send to people. So there's a little card to Jan that has on the back, I have a nice little note and then a couple of stickers, Going Alone stickers. So that's all prepared already. Let me make this put this over here. So I'm also including, usually when people buy from my store, I'll send them from my website, I'll send them a paperback version of No More Looking Out for Number One as well. So that's all there, ready to go. And here's Jan's copy of Going Alone. And what we're going to do is illustrate this with a scene from the desert, namely from Siberia Ghost Town. I'm going to put the crayons aside there. And the right. So this is in fact Siberia Ghost Town. The view from Siberia Ghost Town looking west is at sundown. And what I'm going to do is, I'll go ahead and move this aside. I'm going to illustrate the inside cover here. All of this area here will be illustrated with that. So I'll just show you what I did. Oh, here, I have another one that I just finished. I'll show you that one. This copy is going to Glasgow in Scotland. So I'll be shipping it out too. So this is going, actually I did this the other night. I actually did this live over on the Discord server with a couple of people in the Discord server. And whoop, here's a dog. Come on in, Ollie. He hears me talking, so he wants to come see. So in this one, if you open up the cover, you can see that it's all richly illustrated with the scene from Siberia. And we're going to do the same for Jan's copy too. So you can see here's me. There's my tent. Oh, of course, now the dogs want to go for their walk now. Just a second. There's me. There's the motorcycle. There's the Siberia Ghost Town ruins. Here's the riding bridge, and there's my chair sitting there. Here's Route 66 coming along, and then the little dirt road. I forgot to put in the tire. Whoops. This is the Path of Wildness. Here's the stones, and here's a train. Here's the tracks, and here's a train coming along. So you can see that all the detail there. You can see, I don't know if it'll stay focused. There's me standing there. I've got my backpack on, ready to go. The bike, the bridge, the chair, and then I don't know if you can see the train. So that's what we're going to do now. But this one is for, this book was for Daniel. And then the next one I'm going to do is for, oh, and the dog is here and he brought his toy. Okay, well, I'm going to finish this first and then I'll play with you just a second. Hold on, I got to throw the toy. Oh, and it went on the shelf. Emily bought Ollie a nice toy for Christmas, so he wants to play with it. All right, Now I'm going to go ahead and if he comes back, I'll raise the desk, and that'll give me a little time. So let's begin. And hello, James. It's nice to see you. Okay, so go ahead and open this up. And I think this will work. I wonder if it'll work. Let's see. Maybe it'll work. Do I have to do a special setting to do that? I'm going to try to play. Oh, you're back. Okay, hold on. Hi, Andy. Good morning. Merry Christmas to you. Hey, Andy. And there's not that much desk. Good morning to both of you. Can you hear me okay? Is the audio all right? Okay, now I think my pen's not running out. It still seems good. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can switch this up and make it a little bigger. I think I can do this. Add stream, and then if I do that, that works. That works. So, sound is perfect. Good. Thanks for the sound check. Not that much, Des. So the way this works is I'll go ahead and open this up. Good. Thanks, Andy, for letting me know. And then I'm just going to go ahead and draw this picture. Nice to have a little music in the background. Hold on. Merry Christmas, everybody. And banged it. Okay. No KFC for me, Zero Cool. Okay, that's probably good enough for the base. So let me show you again. So what I typically do is I lay down the base drawing. So that's the base structure, the skeleton, and then you'll see how it differs when this is all filled in. This is the same scene when it's all filled in with color. So that's the next step. So when you start with the drawing itself, there's not much there. You can see not much there, but then the color really brings it out, and particularly the shadow is what really does the job. Look what I did. I signed this. I did this 2 nights ago, and I signed it 2023. So I don't want to forget that. So I need to sign this down here. Not that much, yeah. Siberia. Ghost Town. 2022, not 23. Okay, so now the fun part starts. Let's start coloring this in. Now, the primary colors that I typically use are my blue. Blue is to give a little life here and there. I use it sparingly. This is probably one of the main colors I use. This is the desert. I use this to fill in the desert. Of course, the sun with the the orange, and then the yellow used sparsely. Of course, the outer edge of the sun. I also tend to throw in those are my main colors whenever I'm doing drawing in general. This color here is really helpful. So is this one for bringing in some more desert scene. A little bit of this blue right there, deeper blue, is helpful. There's also a gray that I'm actually running out of. These are Sakura Kupi pencils. The best. I've used lots and lots of crayons, and these are my favorites. They're hard to find. I think I got them on Amazon, but it was tricky. And so I broke this one the other day. So I'll just sharpen this end and keep using it. But this gray gets used. You can see I really get into it. I actually broke the darn thing. So these are probably the main colors I'm going to need. I might need a little white. Maybe this dark green might be helpful. And this brown too. And black, of course. Yeah, lots and lots of black. So let's put those right there where I can get at them. And then the strategy that I use when I'm drawing is that I always fill in the colors for the things that I know that what the colors will be. And then I begin adding the colors where I don't know that they'll be. For example, and I've done this drawing enough times that I know where everything's going to be. I always start off with me. So I always give myself yellow hair in remembrance of my youth. And then pale skin color, and then the orange shirt, which I was actually wearing that shirt yesterday, and then the blue shorts, and then etc. And then the sun, of course, will be orange. I know that Route 66 will be black. The shadows under the bridge will be black. The chair where I sit is going to be blue, with just a touch of blue, and then the train kind of varies, a little blue and lots of dark and lots of shadows as the sun goes down. Andy says, my art education days, we spent 8 hours a day straight drawing in the studio. Drawing has always been an important outlet for me. Sounds like paradise. I'd love to spend 8 hours just drawing. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. So let's start off with me. A little yellow in the hair, a little yellow in the socks. Put in the skin color here. You need to wait just long enough, especially on the face there, to make sure that the ink has a chance to dry. The shirt will be orange. A little bit of smear there, that's okay. And blue for the shorts. And a little blue on the shoes. Okay, there I am. Okay, let's color in the sun. And I bought my niece and nephew art kits for Christmas. And I was just out, gave them to them 2 nights ago. I went by and visited them. And Parker and I are going hiking on Thursday together. And we're going to take our art kits and do some sketching out there. Let me just show you what I mean. I don't share very often on, will this work? There we go. I don't share very often, but I do art as well. So I keep this is my art kit. I carry it with me pretty much everywhere I go. And inside I have a sketchbook. I have, this is all my pencils and stuff. I use various weighted pencils. And then I have, here's a complete set of those same crayons. Whoops, I just banged it. Complete set of those same crayons. This is the crayons that I'm using. The Sakura Kupi pencil from Japan. They're very good. I'm going to order a kit like that for Parker and Allie too. There we go. Let's get back to it. So I got a little bit of sun there. Now, it all seems rather two-dimensional until you start to add in the shadows. That's when it starts to come out. Say just a little yellow there. It looks like something a kid would draw. But it'll have a little more depth later. Now let's color in Route 66. Oh, I forgot to put in a little line here. There is, after all, a center line on Route 66. There we go. It doesn't have to be precise in any way whatsoever. Start up here. And it's totally okay to go over the lines. It's all impression. This outer edge of the book here where the margin is gets a little funky, so I try to avoid that. Okay, there we go. And then here, let's put this in the sand here. Let me give it a little, this is the sandy road. Let me give the road a little accent. This color. The sand dirt comes up here, it goes up here around the Siberia ruins, up along where my bike is. And then kind of filters over here and a little bit right here. That'll do good. Let's color in the rocks. Actually, what I want to do is give the rocks a little bit of a kind of a rocky, earthy accent. I like to put the accent in first, and then heave in the shadows later. A little bit of that, maybe a little bit of this color too. Soften. Oh yeah, that'll work. Sip of my coffee. I think need a little more detail on the bike. On the rim there. There we go. Pannier. That's good. See if I can pull that off. Let's do the train now. Train, I'm going to give just a little bit of orange in the front and a little bit of white, yellow in the front windows there. And then let's put a little orange across the top here of all. How many did I give it? Like five cars there, although these typically go for a mile. Okay. And then don't forget a little blue on the chair, Kurt. Need just a touch more lines in there. Yeah, that's good. Just a little blue. Not much. There you go. That's good enough. And you know what? I'm going to try it. I've got enough space on that Siberia tire that I can actually write a little S in there. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Nice. Okay, now I'm going to lay in the desert. So this is going to basically, oh, and I forgot that I usually do the sand over here the same color as the road. This is the sand that goes under the wash. Let's lay in the desert now. Oh, I forgot to do my tent, and I forgot to do the ghost town. Silly me. Let's put some stone colors in there. This little green. Yeah, that's good. Tent. Give it a little tank, black wheels. Siberia tire is white. So we're going to give a little yellow on there. Yeah. And then bring that out. And let's add a little color, a little depth right there. Okay, now I've got a little faint bit of that on there. Let's lay in a little bit of the sky. This one you have to be careful on. You want to avoid distinct lines. Just try to make it very, very subtle. Okay, let's pull back here and lay in a little desert on this side of the road. Desert on that side of the road. A little desert across the top. Might work. A little desert between the path and wildness here. A little desert on the other side of the railroad. Okay, now let's lay in the tracks here. A little coffee first. Okay, the tracks themselves are gray. And it's quite all right if it all spills over. And then 8 hours at the pub after your drawing class. Cool, Andy. Not that much says, Dust says, I would never have something for drawing until the 2010s. Everyone wanted to have their photo heavily retouched. I got into this very much. Yet today it's not really requested anymore. Hey, not that much, Des. You should talk to Andy. He's a professional photographer as well. Maybe I should also start drawing or go straight to the pub. There you go. Start drawing. I dropped the pub years ago for Tim Hortons, though. Practically lived in Mr. Donut back in the day. For me, it was Denny's. Okay, so I've got that in place now. Now let's lay in a little bit of color on the what do you call them? Sleepers. See, you just put a little bit of color here on either side. Get that woody color across the way. Now, like I keep saying, it's like a delayed satisfaction. A lot of this, you build it up, it looks very, very two-dimensional. The 3 dimensions, and I would love to hear what our photography friends, not that much Des and Andy and Analog Andy have to say. There's something about, because I don't know anything about this is just my observation. There's something about laying in the shadows that just brings it all to life. I would love to know why that is, what that is. Okay, let's put the tracks back here a little bit gray. Okay, and we're getting close to being able to do that. In fact, let's start doing that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is start laying in the shadows. I'm going to sharpen this. Let's sharpen this one too. Okay, beginning where I started before. So here's the sun. The sun is the point of incandescence laying across here. I'm going to lay down shadows across here from everything, pulling out from the direction of where the sun is, beginning with myself. See how that starts to walk the shadow out. And it's okay if it goes kind of far because it's kind of late in the day. Now another shadow from my tent. That works good. And I'll deepen it as I go. Shadow from the bike. Shadow from the Siberia ruins. still pretty subtle. Shadow from my chair, although the chair is pretty much under the, I should probably do it in this direction a little bit. It's okay if you get it wrong. Shadow from the tire, although these angles. And let's lay some shadow under the bridge. Now the bridge has to have more than just shadow. And I'm going to walk the shadow up along the river edge here. Everywhere there's an edge, I can apply some shadow. And these are plants. Oops, I forgot to do the plants. Let's do the plants. These are all plants poking up here. You know, little stubs of desert scrub. And just give them a little bit of planty color, including a little bit of green if I wanted to. Okay, that's good. A couple plants down here. On these up here. Okay, let's lay in some more shadows. Okay, the shadow is going to walk up here along the dirt road to Siberia. See, it's starting to pull out a little bit. Some shadows from the plants. Oh, shadow up here along the road. Lots of that. Some shadow up here along Route 66. Okay. Some shadow. Be subtle here, Kurt. You want to put in some dark shadows in the canyons, receding away from the mountain, and away from the sun. Same problem with the blue above, though. If I'm not careful, it'll come out too intense. Some shadow here. Not intense. You'll get lines. It's just the nature of the way this book is made. There we go. And it's okay if these shadows begin to fill it all up. That's fine. A little bit of shadow underneath all these rocks. Oops, broken a bit. And I'm tempted to just let whatever mistakes happen, and then just incorporate them into it. There we go. Bringing out that a little bit. Now, a little bit here. Okay. Okay, let's put some shadow right here in the trestles. If that's what these are called. Right in here. See how that lays in there? And heavy over here. Because this is going to be the shadowy side of the railroad. All the way up. It's okay if I let this be swallowed by the shadows. A little circular action there with the crayon might help to avoid the lines. And you can use your fingers to smear it a little bit. Here, I made a little mistake up here. I'll cover it up with shadow. Okay, the fun part's about to happen. Okay, here we go. Now I get to go in deeper with the shadows. Hi, Tartret. Yo, to you. How scary it was moving to a different country. I'm moving soon. It's very scary. Oh, hold on. Right. It's a very scary thing to do. I wonder where you're going if you want to tell us. Hello, Gabriel. Merry Christmas to you. Okay, here we go. That was the fun part. We're going to lay in the depth on this thing. Let's do it. I tend to leave this part here kind of white. So to lay in the depth, you need to know to lay in the light. You need a little of both. But to your question, Tartret, I'm not very scared of, I don't let those fears stop me because I'm going to be dead really soon. I mean, really, really, really soon. Dead. I mean, maybe tomorrow. But that's my constant frame of mind, is that death is imminent. And as a result, I don't waste time. I try not to waste time. And even if something's scary, I just do it. Because I know that my aim and my ambition are towards virtue. And as long as I'm not being a son of a bitch, there's nothing scary that can get me. Really get me. It's a very stoic perspective. Oops, look, I overdid it right there. I highly recommend Stoicism if you want to brace yourself for the unknown. Maybe read the Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Oh, okay, now we're starting to have some fun. And I think the family's going to be getting up in just a bit.
She's bright and behind her. She said, talking to myself, strangers, and they're walking that way. I'm talking to myself, strangers, and they're walking that way. I'm talking to myself, strangers, and they're walking that way. She said, she said,
Let's lay in some dark shadows hidden at where the rocks touch the earth. I should have put those down first. It's okay. Ah! You can put the shadow all over my face. That's cool. That's fine. I like it. Put some deep shadows here on the tracks. Under what are the sleepers, between the sleepers. And then some dark shadows on the lee side of the train, right? Yeah, that's good. Coming in with some gray. It's okay if this whole side is dark. Right up to the edge. If I lay the whole crayon down, it reduces the life of the crayon, but it gets me where I want to go. Yeah, nice shadows. Well, they need to come out a little more here this way. So they'll cast away from the sun. There we go. That'll do. A little more shadows here. Okay, more in the path of wildness too. Let's put a little bit of a touch of blue in here. Just a little. Ah, yes. And how about a little bit of yellow? Put a little. Oh yeah, that's good. Maybe deeper black. There we go. It's a little tricky. My fingers aren't nimble enough anymore. This is probably what Andrew was talking about earlier when he said he would be for 8 hours of drawing. It just consumes you. best way. Fill in a little more desert sand to bring it all together. Right up to the train. Oops. Missing any darkness up here. I'm going to do too much up there though. Get the shadows to creep out from under the bridge a little bit. I'm going to need to order another set of crayons for myself in addition to Parker and Allie. Okay, now we get to one part we're kind of neglecting is this over here, this mountain that we need this. You can see how the shadows of evening are creeping in across here, kind of shielded by the railroad. I need to have more shadows here. I need to cause the darkness to creep up here, and I need the darkness to creep up here. So it's going to kind of create an area of light here. Almost, I'm going to leave this part not even touched, just white there. Then I'll have to, I need the night to creep in. Gabrielle says, Merry Christmas, Kurt. Merry Christmas, Gabrielle. How's it going, Ron? Good. Merry Christmas to you. Is there any country you still really want to visit, Kurt, that you haven't been to? I want to take, really what I want to do now is I want to take Yumiko everywhere I've been. I want to go back to all the places I've been, but with my wife, so she can experience them. I have so many places I want to show her. And then I want to, together, we can go explore other places. One place I do want to go to that I don't know that she wants to go to, so maybe I'll go alone if I can, is Antarctica. Too cold for her. Yumiko doesn't do cold. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, good to see you. Okay, so if in case those of you who don't know what the hell I'm doing, I'm illustrating when people, excuse me, when people buy my book from Amazon, they just get it directly from Amazon, or if they buy it from a bookstore, it comes the same way. But if they buy it from my website, goingalone.org, I sign and illustrate each book. So this is a copy that I just illustrated previously, and this one is going to Glasgow in Scotland, and you can see that it has an illustration in there of the Siberia ghost town. And so I'm doing the same thing right now. This copy is going to Germany, and I'm finishing up the illustration here. There we go. So, like I said, the next thing is that we have to bring in the night. The night should be swooping in and swarming in on the image, and I'll do that by laying in a lot more gray through here. But I have to be careful up here. This part of the page, there's something about it. It picks up these lines, and you have to do it very, very carefully. So maybe I'll use this broken bit here to kind of smear it in carefully. And it's okay if it makes mistakes. It's okay if it's not correct. So I'm going to try to see how it gets the line right there. It's going to do that all through here. And I don't know why. It's just part of this page over here. So one thing I could do is avoid that edge, right? Right there. Lay it down flat and start swirling. Oh, and I forgot. There's the extension of the wash here. Got to lay in some yellow or some sand color there. And all the way up to the peak, the mountain peak. You know what I should do? I should start putting a little light, because in the story, I'm reminded, because I did the book reading this weekend, right up here at the top. Let's do that. These are the Bullion Mountains over here, right at the top, right about there. That's a little too dramatic, but I'll let it dry for a second. There's a light up there that I can see at night. It's from the 29 Palms military installation. Some sort of electronics up there. You can see it flashing at night. It's really, at night out here, it's the only sign of civilization other than the trains passing by over here and periodic cars coming down Route 66. Let's see if I'm going to try to put some shade over here, but watch what happens. It'll kind of mess it up, I think. But that's okay. It's just part of the artifact of the book. See how it puts a line there? But it's okay. That's all right. Now you can be very, very generous with the gray. The night's coming on. A little too far there. That's okay. I can recover that a little bit. I usually don't erase anything, but it's creeping a little too close. Okay, now the light up there is just about ready to give it a little yellow. It's the first time I've ever thought to do that. Let's lay in some more sand here. Let's bring in some more nighttime over here. Oh, that looks good. I like the way that came out. Need a little more down here. Right here at the seam, it's a little tricky to get it right there, but that's all right. How about a little bit of this here? A little more sand. Okay, need a little more depth. It's not quite. It's too. I need it to fold like that. Now this is a chance where I could risk overdoing it. It is possible to go too far. The trick I found is to know when to stop, and I'm feeling the tug is telling me to stop. But I really haven't achieved that sense of containment, or like night is beginning to envelop the desert. Doesn't feel natural enough just yet. Maybe if I can bring up here and put some gray up here. Yeah, might kind of put some gray everywhere now. And then deeper over here. And let's put some night up here too. Blue the sky a little more. A little more yellow here. Let's intensify the sun. So what I do with that is a swirl in the center of the sun to remove those lines. And then I want the sunlight to begin to spill over onto the mountains. See how that's starting to do? And then have the orange start to spill out into the sky. And then the yellow will balance everything, and then the desert color, of course. A little too much over there, and then the yellow, put in some yellow. You don't be afraid to put a little yellow on the mountains. bring in the desert, and don't be afraid to let the desert spill onto the sun. I might take a slightly different approach since I can't seem to quite capture the desert, the night coming in. Maybe I'll push through with a blazing sunset, just filtering over everything. Bam! I'm going to try that. I'm going to lay in some 3 dimensions here. One more. It's good at this point to just let it go. Just let the mind forget about it. Come on, bring out that night. See, the pen marks will hold up on their own, even if I overwhelm them with color. They'll stand on their own. That's working. Okay, more up here. I need the ghost town ruins. The night to be hitting the ruins. And under the bridge. The bridge isn't dark enough. We need more. I mean, you guys have no idea what it's like under this bridge on a moonless night in the wintertime. Or even more so in the summertime. In the wintertime, I want to have some really, really dark depths under the bridge. See how that's starting to come out there? And I got the chair there, right? The chair is kept there. And there's 3 pylons. If I put another one here, I can pull in the depth. There's 3 sets. There we go. Bam! Boom! Ow. Arthritis. I want to buy a book off your site. Yeah, thank you, Jennifer. It's goingalone.org. And please do. Although, give me about a month to ship because I typically don't keep the books in hand because I'm always making changes and I want people to have the latest copy. So I usually I get a couple of orders and then order a couple of books, and it takes 3 weeks or 2 weeks for them to arrive, and then I illustrate. So give me a month. Thank you, Jennifer. And Bob Ross. I was feeling like Bob Ross just a second ago. Okay, now do you see what I mean about that? How it's the color or the lack thereof, the darkness. There we go. That is spot on. I need a little more something under the chair here, though. See, I need to capture a little of that darkness right under the chair. There you go. That's it right there. And I want that darkness to kind of come out from under. If I can do it without blowing it, I know what I'll do. I want the darkness to come out because the darkness there's the seat of where I did all the writing. I wrote the book mostly under this bridge, right there. I want the darkness to spill out along Route 66 here, but not too much. I want it to point the way. There we go. Now the road is starting to lift off the desert there. It's over here. Oh, that's a little too much. That's okay. There's a couple of places where you can afford to put in too much. And those couple of places are everywhere. There we go. Here on the rocks on the path of wildness, that's another place you can afford. Yeah. There. The rocks are. See how the rocks are lifting off the page now? That's good. Now let's put in some darkness here, but not the heavy darkness. Yeah, and so as I was saying, if you buy my book from my website, your copy will have a drawing like this too. And you'll get a free copy of my other book, one of my other books, No More Looking Out for Number One, which is the prequel. It's the first this is the first book, this is the second book. And I finished writing the third book, I just haven't finished editing it. There we go, there we go. Oh, here come the dogs. I better wrap up. I wanted to take them for a walk earlier, but they didn't want to go. Too dark. I think I'm going to try to wrap this up. And what this is a grave. I think it's a grave that I found out there in the desert. And you can find it. It's not in the right place. You can find it by going to the ghost town, the ruins. I'm taking a beeline, so I actually should have drawn it right about there. Whoops. I think I'm almost there. A little more shadow under me. I can hear my family moving around. I better wrap it up and take the dogs out. And we can open our Christmas presents. Put some more. Let's pull this out. Oh, I like that. I like that. Do you see how that anchors it a little bit? There's that little touch of depth there. And it kind of, even though I wasn't able to fill in this with enough depth, it kind of, it does it for me. And I like the way that this darkness is swirling off the side of the train. Let's swirl it a little more. Okay, now I need to do something about up here. I need to finish the sky. It looks too cartoonish right now. Let's add some gray shadows up there. Bring the night into the sky. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I think I'm definitely channeling Bob Ross, right? There we go. There we go. Let's do the same over here. Hell with it. You see how it's kind of running with the thing? But I think that kind of adds some character to it. Okay. Bam, just go for it, Kurt. Bring on the night. Just one big pulsing. Come on, Kurt. You can do it. Bring in the depth. I might be doing too much right now, but I think I can do it. I think I can pull it in. It might be this seam of the book that's kind of keeping it. I think I'm getting there. That's getting better. There's nothing I can do about the seam. I think that's the problem. The seam is anchoring things too much. I think I'm going to leave it at that. All right. Anything else? Maybe a little bit of. I think I've reached that point where I need to stop. Okay. There we go. I think that's good enough. So we've got everything there. Let's see if I can bring it up and see a closer look. It tends to lose its focus when I try to do that. There's me, my tent, my motorcycle. It doesn't look like a motorcycle, but it is. The Siberia, it's easier right here. The Siberia ruins, the riding bridge, my chair, Route 66, streaming down from Ludlow up here, coming down, swooping across, headed out towards Amboy. The sun going down, the beacon up at the top. I like that addition. And then the BNSF railroad coming across and the tracks there. Let's compare that to the one that I did previously. Interesting. I think I like this one better, but each of them has its own character. It's all blurry, isn't it? Let's see. But I like this one. I like the bridge better here. And then you can see the chair. Interesting. And the sun, and you see how this one kind of has more of a, but it has the same problem there. And then of course it says 2023. I dated it into the future. See another comment here. Have you ever thought about doing a long through hike such as the Appalachian Trail or PCT? Never. I will never ever do anything like that. Just like I will never climb Mount Fuji. I don't do those things. Nope. It's funny that you ask because I almost zero cool. I almost have it. It raises almost visceral gut reaction. It's like asking me if I want to streak. I have no interest in streaking. Nope. Don't want to do anything like that. No, I never will. One thing I talk over and over again with my art students is when to stop. Yeah. And that is what is unique about doing art, doing a drawing for each book, like a Polaroid. Interesting point. Yeah, it is. It is like a Polaroid. It's a snapshot from my mind because this is the scene of the desert. This is where it all takes place. This is the launching point, the base camp for the story in the book. And I'm sorry, Andy, that your copy doesn't have this. I'll give you one when you and I get to Japan. I will when we get together for that beer. I'll bring you a copy that'll be illustrated like that. So then I usually sign it here. So this one is going to Jan in German. Did I do it right? Yeah, this one's going to Jan in Germany. Good thing I caught this. Yes. Did I get it backwards? Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay. And this one, I believe, is going to. Boy, good thing I checked. Just a second. That's good. I think I messed up. Ooh, good thing I checked. I almost signed it. I would have signed it to the same person twice. And zero cool. It's funny. I do apologize. I don't mean it's not that I have anything against places like that. It's just that I do have everything against places like that. It's not. When I go into the wilderness, I don't want to see any people and I don't want to see any signs of any people. And if I go to a place like the Appalachian Trail that or a pilgrimage where there's a trail and there's people and you're going to spot stuff or have any sign of it, I won't go. That's why I've never climbed Mount Fuji, even though I lived right next to Mount Fuji for over a decade. I never climbed it and I never will climb it, even though I'm going back. There's just too many people. There's too much sign of people. I need to go someplace where there's nobody, where there's not even a trail and no sign. Even better if it's a place where you can't even hear planes going overhead. So no, I would never go to the Appalachian Trail or the Pacific Coast Trail. Okay, I'm not going to sign this one because I'm afraid that I'm going to get it wrong. I'll sort that out a little later. But let's see. All right, I think that's it. So thank you, everybody. This is my first time to try to do this, to record the illustration of a book online. Yes, now you're talking my language there, Zero Cool. Kamchatka is, I can't tell you how many times I've been on Google Earth. And let me try, let's go there real quick. Present, share screen. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to Google Earth and have gone and explored the Kamchatka Peninsula myself. Look at that. Yes, that's exactly the kind of place for me, particularly down here along this edge of the coast here. Some really interesting stuff down here. I would love to wander these beaches, although I'm pretty sure I would get eaten by a bear. There's just so much interest along here. And down here at the very tip, There's remnants of the past. Now I don't mind it if I find remnants of the past, like ruins. Sometimes right down here is interesting. I think there's a lighthouse or something right here. I thought I remember seeing something down here. Yeah. But yeah, that's more my speed. You got it. Okay, read the last comments before I log off. Interesting, when I go out to photographing, I don't want to see any people, only the sign of people. There you go. I see what you mean. I'm the same. There you go. There you go. I think there's a lot of us out there. Zero cool. We just tend to be the original antisocial social club, right? Can you get there from Hokkaido? I'm sure. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if you can get there legally. I mean, you're entering Russia, right? And there's a difficulty between the Japanese and the Russians regarding that division area up there. I don't know. But I probably will never do it because there's just so much to explore in Japan. So, and without needing to go anywhere. How about the Shikoku trails? Good chance to not meet anyone there if you go on a weekday. Nope. I think when you said Shikoku, are you referring to Shikoku, the island of Shikoku, and the trails there? If I would go, I would not go on a trail. I don't do trails. If it's a path that someone else has laid out, I won't do it. The path of wildness, after all. The only difference being like in the book, I just laid down a picture of the path of wildness right there. That's somebody's trail. That really is a series of stones in Siberia Ghost Town that someone laid out that is forgotten. That's fine. If it's forgotten path, that's fine. But if it's a current path, no thank you. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. This has been a lot of fun. And again, thank you for your support. And to Jan and Daniel in Germany and in Scotland, you'll be getting your books. I'll be putting them in the mail next week. As soon as I finish signing them, I'll be putting, I'll make the little card and stuff like that, and the stickers. You'll get all that stuff. Take care, everybody. I'm going to sign off for now. I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas, and I'll talk to you all soon. Take care.